Right, first up is Beekeeping. This is by Zodelzoct, 1.31 megabyte on the download, and this actually came out the other day, but for some strange reason it disappeared off the mod hub before I'd even had a chance to download it. So it's back today anyway. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under productions and factories, so we'll scroll back along to find it. There we are, 95 grand to place down. Obviously this is going to require barrels and pallets. Now what I've got over here is two other mods that's recommended that you download with it, also by Zodelzoct. So we've got the first one, which is this one here, pallet and barrel production. And then the second one is the specific sawmill that comes from Zodelzoct itself. So you're going to need those two to run this beehive beekeeping shenanigans. Right, so now we've got that out of the way. You're going to load your stuff into there. Obviously, you're going to take out here because that's where the pallets spawn. And we'll come over here to your production chain menu. Now, it's got 8 different versions. They're all going to run at 24 cycles per month. They're all going to require 100 pallets and 100 barrels to get you 1,000 honey. But, and I'm going to say but, because this all depends on your point of view. If you were to go down the route of putting the barrels and the pallets in, and selling them, you'll probably make more money than you would do the honey itself. And also you got to get the wood to go into the sawmill to make the beams and the planks, to make the pallets and the barrels, to make the honey. It's a bit of a long-winded situation to go on. So if you're going straight up for money, yeah, you're probably going to be better off selling the stuff individually. If you're going to use this as a sort of role play sort of thing, rather than smashing it out to get to 1 million as quick as you possibly can, this does really well. I like it. The different extras you got to put in. So obviously it's easy just, banging some beehives down and selling the honey off. But, this makes it into a little bit of a business. Got to buy the stuff in to sell the stuff on. Oh, I like it. Right, next up is Dutch New Pig Shed. This is by Dutch Modding Inc. and Yompoft. Hope that's how you pronounce it. 8.42 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu, and as you can imagine, under animals and pigs. So we'll go into there like that. There we are. So 164 grand to place down. It's going to do 300 pigs. Now that's all right. Now we've seen these Dutch style buildings before, so if you've got those on your farm, this is going to fit in nicely with the whole aesthetic. So we've got your animal dialogue box there. So we'll click on that. I've already put 300 in. You can open up this door like that. Go in, see your little piggies. See your bacon sandwiches running around. Now if we come down here, you can go around the outside as well. It doesn't make much difference. You can go through this door like that. We've got an escaped pig. It's just chilling in the little... What's going on there? What are you doing this side of the wall? Get back over there. Go on. There you are. There's one. And you. We're just going to stand there. No, just going to have a little search for some truffles. But I'm going to shut this door so you don't escape. Yeah, you go back in that side. Dear, oh dear. I mean, you can open up that door as well if you want to. And then you come down here, you load your feed into there, and that's where you'll take your slurry out. Oh, I like that. And it fits in well if you've got the old Dutch buildings pack on the go. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Self-Built Bale Trailer. This is by Sam C. 9.63 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find it under bale loaders. So it's going to cost you, now, it says 20 grand there with a 1500 optional extra. But there's no optional extras that's given an extra price. So it's 21.5 grand. All right, we'll carry on. You got the option there. Lights 1, 2. Oh, this can be around the back of it. Let me spin around. There we are. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1. And we'll come down to support wall, standard, front wall, open, or standard. Then you got floor configuration. So standard floor, diamond plated, wooden floor, or standard. Then you got fender types. You got standard, homemade metal fenders, or standard. Change the main color. We'll go for that. Obviously, you can change the floor color. Go for something. Dear, a little different. Then we go for the hub color. We'll go for that. Changes the hubs and the wheels. Rim color. as you can imagine, does the rims. Dear, oh dear. Oh, I like that. I mean, it's not an auto-load bale trailer, so you are going to have to load it yourself. No, that looks all right, that does. Right, next up is International 55 Chisel Plough. This is by Rooster Mods, 2.74 megabyte on download, and as you can imagine, you're going to find it on the ploughs. So it requires 130 horsepower from your tractor. Starts off at 4 metre working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, 10 grand to buy. You then got the options there are shank tips. So you've got spikes, chisels modern, twisted shovels, sweeps, and back to spikes. We then come down to width. So it starts off with 13 shanks, that's the 4 metre. Got 15 shanks, which are 4.6, although that puts that up to 150 horsepower requirement. Then got 17 shanks, that's 170 horsepower and 5.2 metre working width. And then back to 13. Well, that's all right though. I mean, the working speed's still the same. There's 17 shanks, 5.2, 170 horsepower. That's not that high, to be fair. Oh, I like that. I mean, especially with the old twisted shovels. I mean, just the name itself, that is ace. Oh, I like that. Very nice. Right, next up is the Rabe Sturmvogel. This is by Vertex Design, 32.38 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under cultivators. So it starts off with 180 horsepower requirement, 6 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 18.5 grand to buy. You can then change it up a little by the top section. So you've got 600, which is a 6 metre, 750, which is 7.5 metre, puts the horsepower up to 210 requirement. And then got 750 with wheels. That's all right though. I mean, same horsepower requirement on that though. And then you got the 900, puts up to 250 horsepower requirement, 9 metre working width. And back to 600. And we'll come down to the next section now. Track loosener, no. Yes, so it puts those on the front like that. There we are, spin around. Yeah, I'll just no supports. Then you got leveler board, no or yes. Then you got attacher type, lights unmounted or lights mounted, so it puts those on the back. Fair enough. I mean, I like that. I mean, 900. So that's a 9 metre working width, 250 horsepower. I suppose that's a mid-range. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the Claas Lexion Model Year 2023. This is by Geft25, 29.10 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this, as you can imagine, under harvesters. So it starts off with a 313 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, 9,000 litre grain tank, 300 grand to buy. You then got the options there to change it from the Lexion 5300 to Lexion 5400. So that puts it up to 10,000 litre grain tank and also the horsepower up to 354. Got the Lexion 5500, so horsepower up to 408 and then 11,000 litres on the grain tank. The 6600, it's got a 354 horsepower engine, back down to 10,000 litres, mind you. 6700, 408 with 11,000. 6800, 462 with 12,500. 6900, 507 with 13.5, 7400, 408 with 10,000, 75, 462 with 11, 76, 507 with 12.5, 77, 549 with 13.5, 8600, 549 with 13.5 again, 8700, 626 with 13.5, 8800, 700 horsepower with 15,000 litre grain tank, 8900, 790 horsepower with 15,000. Then back to the 530. That's a lot of options in there, I must admit. Dear oh dear. Then you come down to your usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres, but you can have crawler tracks on it. Oh, that looks ace. I love a harvester with crawler tracks. Brilliant. We then come down to straw distribution width. So it's got 6 metre standard, 7 metre, 8 metre, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then back to 6. So basically you can spread out your straw pretty much as wide as your header. Fair enough. You then got ladder, standard, foldable or standard, beacon light, spin that around like that, standard, double flash or standard. You got numbering, so you got no 1, 2, 3. We'll go back the other way. So you got 1 up to 9. Then you got pipe. So you got the 330mm, or the XL, or the XXL, or the 3XL, 4XL, or just the L. That's all right though. I mean, 9 harvesters. Would you really have 9 harvesters on your farm? I mean, some of these big, massive farms, maybe. But all right, fair enough. I do like that though with the tracks. That looks ace. Right, the last mod for the day is the Lizard 0400. This is by Adams Kong, 8.2 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under cars. Now, this is ace. Oh, brilliant. It's a boss. Love it. 285 horsepower, 55 mile an hour top speed. It's only going to cost you 24 grand. Now, it says on the website that it's got 44 functional seats. But obviously, you're going to need the DLC, the Kubota DLC, to be able to use any of the ones other than the driver's seat. So just as long as you're aware of that, that means you can sit as a passenger in any of the seats. Obviously, back row. It's got to be the back row. It's like on a school trip. Straight to the back row as soon as you get on there. Could just be me anyway, but all right, we'll carry on. Then got the options there are stickers, yes or no. Takes those off the side. You change the main colour. Dear oh dear. Fair enough. Design colour, we'll go with purple. Changes that front bit. Then rim colour, ooh, chrome, obviously chrome. Now, this is ace because we'll start it up. If we do LB and left on the D-pad, open cover, opens up the door like that. If we do LB and A, unfold, opens up the side bits. And what you can do with this is you can transport pallets round. That's ace. Now, I've got a liftable pallet of bread there. Take it out, chuck it back in, like so. So you strap it down, stop it jumping about a bit, and you get back into it, fold it down, close the door, and off you go. I mean, if you wanted to go down a bit of a role play, sort of, you know, farm transportation for your workers, this is ace. You can even pick up some pallets while you're on the way. Oh, I like that. That is very nice. Right, we got some updates today. So the first one is the Lizard RM5 by Holtz FS and Gian FS. Got the Lizard Timber Carrier by North Modding Company. We got the Amazon ZGB 6001 by Mephius. We got the Crossetto SPL pack by DD Mod Passion. We got the Mar Ag pack by SMI Modding Team. Got the Massey Ferguson 7700S by Alice Agra Ole. Got an update to the map Westbridge Hills by Vanquish 081. There's no mention of a new save game required, so that's alright. We've also got an update to Spruce Mountain Farms by Maps by Mako, and there is a note saying it does need a new save game on that one. So if you've done a bit of time on that, yeah, you may need to redo it. I'm so excited to say this. We've got our own merch. Oh, that is ace. I mean, have a look at this hoodie. That is great. I mean, go check it out. See what else is on there for you. And that's the mods done for you. Drop it in the comments below. Which one's your favourite? We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, it's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.